Hey friends, in the last video I showed you how to pick the perfect crystal. In this video I'm going to show you how to clean, activate, program, and charge your new crystals. Now, before I start, I want to say thank you to all of my new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I got a lot of new subscribers, and it looks like it's from my video about how to make a DIY spiritual bath to cleanse your aura. Thank you so much. And if you haven't subscribed, take this time to click the unicorn and do that now, because the videos only are going to get better. I'm only going to be more dope. I mean, this is a rock star movement here, you know. Get your spirit right, get it right. Thank you to those new subscribers deeply from the bottom of my heart.
What a blessing to be so loved and appreciated.
I also want to give a shout out to two of the commenters under that video. I don't want to ruin your name, so I'm gonna try to say it as best as I could. If I ruin it, please forgive me, please forgive me. The commenter is Kadijutu. Sure, and she had a great question. Her question was, how many times should someone take the spiritual bath? I answered it. Go into that video if you haven't seen it to see the answer. And yeah, thank you for commenting. The next commenter I want to give a shout out to is Coda Sis Princess TV. I hope I pronounced that right as well. And she just asked me, she said, brother, I've been making my own rose water. Have you tried to make your own? Also, I love the album covers on your wall. Thanks for the knowledge. First of all, thank you, sis, for commenting. And I answered that question as well under that video. I told her no, I hadn't tried it, but now I am really interested in trying. So maybe I'll do a DIY on how to make your own rose water. And thank you, sis, for inspiring that idea. All right, enough of that mushy stuff. Now, crystals. Crystals have a very precise vibrational rate due to their precise molecular structure. They can also absorb energies, which means that they're really, really good at soaking up vibrations, positive and negative, from the air and people around them. So that pretty much means when you first buy a crystal or receive a crystal as a gift, it will carry the vibrations of everyone who has handled it and all the places it has been. Before I begin with these techniques, I just want to say, if you are like me, these 2020 energies have been a lot. It's been like absorbing a lot of negative energy depending on what news station or what type of content you consume online, and you just can't get away from it. I think when 2020 came in, she came in with 2020 vision, so people can run away not only from themselves, they can run away from issues that's surrounding them. We were no longer, none of us would no longer had the luxury to be within our own bubble. And so to look out and to see the way we're all connected, but also to see the horrors that's going in the world, it really got me feeling like, and it's a lot, like the social injustice going on, this whole pandemic. It's somewhat could be hard to stay grounded, and I feel like 1 month is outdoing another. So you're looking at like the next month and you say, what is going to happen? Because I'm not sure. I mean, I know we could take it. There's a lot we could take, and you know, like it says, you know, nothing is placed on you that you can't bear. But it really have you thinking like,
yeah, I can't do it. I can't.
So crystals are pretty much here to kind of help balance that out. Now, the truth is we have all the power we need within us. Crystals is just that extra layer of armor to help protect our aura between our spiritual baths. For me, they keep me consciously spiritually aware, meaning that I'm aware of my thoughts and my feelings. Whenever I see my crystal, it immediately attached to my conscious, saying, okay, this is the reason like you're carrying it. So it actively makes me want to work on bettering myself while also staying grounded within these uncomfortable energies. So that's just a brief summary as to why we carry crystals. Okay, I'm done ranting. You guys know I love getting my rant on before I get to the point. All right, I'm done. We're gonna jump in. So the first way I'm going to teach you to cleanse your crystals is through water. Before we start this, make sure your crystals are able to handle water. I'm gonna put a hardness test down in a link below. So, and if not, make sure you Google your crystals. You wanna make sure they're above a hardness of, I would say 6. I believe some people say 5, because not all crystals can handle water. Some crystals will actually dissolve in water because they're too soft to handle it. So make sure your crystals can take the water, because we are not here to hurt the crystals. The crystals are our friend, right, Aruganite? Right. Now, so the first technique is you could take your crystals and put them under a running body of water. So like the easiest way to do this is to take them in a bathroom and place them under the faucet. Now, I place mine under the faucet for about 3 to 5 minutes. Some people recommend that you do them longer, and I would say the first minute that it's under the faucet, start rubbing it. So you want to rub it and imagine that you're getting the guck out of the energetic field. Say, yeah, I'm cleaning my crystal. And it might even start to feel soapy. If that does happen, then make sure you keep rubbing it until it no longer feels soapy, until you get the that really, really clean, like your thumb is like stopping on the crystals. So that's the first easy and simplest way, putting it under a faucet and letting the faucet run over it with cool water. The second water way, if you're blessed to be close to a river and a waterfall, is to take your crystals, place them in a mesh bag, and hold them in the river or under the waterfall, and let the water just run. Again, you want to do this for about 3 to 5 minutes, or until you feel that the crystals have been cleansed. Like you don't feel like that weight of like past junk and past energies. Really, really simple, and that's a really natural way to do this as well. If you're not lucky enough to be by a waterfall or a river, you can also use rainwater. This is another great, fantastic way that I wanted to do to show you guys. It was supposed to rain here like 2 days, but the rain cleared, and I'm a person that actually like the rain. So you can just place them in a cup, which is what I was just gonna do anyway. Place the crystals in a cup, leave them outside if you're lucky enough to have a backyard or a protected front porch, because you don't want anybody to come to see them and think it's their lucky day that the crystal found them. And let the rainwater fill up the cup. Again, make sure crystals can handle water, and leave it out there. And you can leave these out there for about a day, and that's another way to really, really cleanse them. Another way to cleanse them with water, I should say, is with salt water. So you want to take a teaspoon of salt and place it in a bowl or a cup, and again, place your crystals in that bowl or cup. Some people leave them in there for overnight. When I've done this, and I don't use this technique anymore, because I swear I put my amethyst in some salt water and it screamed. And maybe that's just me, but it screams. So I was like, oh, I'm just not gonna, there are other ways we can do, so I'm not gonna use salt water anymore unless I feel like it's really needed. But salt water has been been used for years to clean crystals. Again, make sure your crystals can handle this water. Place it in there, leave it in the salt water for overnight, and we all know salt water has the natural ability to absorb negative energy. So obviously it's gonna clean a crystal really good. And if you wanna do it a more natural way, take it to the beach or to a body of salt water. Again, put it in a mesh bag, place it on the shore, and let the waves crash against it. Crash against the crystals, and obviously that's another way you want to cleanse them. You put them in a mesh bag because you don't want the crystals to get away from you, and it'll be kind of hard to find a crystal if the waves take it and suck it back into the ocean. Mother's claiming her crystals, child. You don't want that. So those are ways under the body of waters that you can cleanse your crystal. The next way is for those crystals that cannot be submerged underwater, and it's also another really, really good way to clean your crystal. Now, the other way to cleanse crystals is through smudging. Now, smudging is a technique that has been used for thousands and thousands of years, and you can smudge with a sage stick, you can smudge with San Paulo, and I even know some people that actually smudge with cigars. And what you're gonna do is take your stick, and this is you cleanse your crystal through smoke, and you're gonna go around. Now, sage, again, has the natural ability to absorb negative energy. So you can not only use sage to cleanse your crystals, you use sage to smudge yourself. You can use sage to smudge a room that you want to clear negative energy out of. But you just take it like this for like a minute. Just do your crystals. under it, cleanse. Now they say you shouldn't clean citrine. This is citrine, but I clean all of my crystals. Like this is garnet, and you're just gonna, it's really simple. So take it and let it, the smoke go around it. There you go, clean, clean. And just pretty much do this. It's just that simple. So I go through my crystals, and this is my favorite way to clean my amethyst. I love cleaning my amethyst through smudging, because as I said and stated in the last video, my amethyst does not really like salt water particularly, so I don't really put it in water a lot. I would do it occasionally under a running body of water, but it seems as if this is the best way that works for this particular crystal for me. And also while I'm doing, I get to child, get these negative energies off myself. You know, I love, sage yourself, child, from your head to your toes. Sage the room, you know. Think of good energies, good vibes. So yes, smudging is the perfect way to cleanse a crystal. Really easy. Make sure you're safe. Be careful, because you know sometimes flicks fall off, so make sure you're not around flammables when you're doing this. And it's one, like I said, one of my favorite and one of the most simple and easiest ways. Now, the third way you can cleanse crystals is with other crystals. So what you want to do though is make sure that you have a large piece of maybe amethyst cluster or quartz cluster or cardinal clusters, and you want to take your crystals and you want to sit your crystals on there. Now, amethyst has the natural ability to absorb attachments. So as you sit your crystal over here, it will be dissolving all of those negative energies and the energies that has been taken on by the crystals you placed on it. The thing to know about it, if you are going to use another crystals to clean your crystals, is after you're done, you want to sit your crystals on here for about, I would say leave them on there for about 24 hours. A few hours would do, but I mean, if you're not working with them, it's no harm in leaving them on there for about 24 hours. After you're done and this crystal is clean and you feel like, you know, all the negative energy is gone on it, you're going to have to take your crystals that you use to clean a crystal with and cleanse it. So after that is done, you want to make sure that you clean this with one of the techniques that I'm sharing. So it's really important that after you're done healing your crystal with another crystal, once this one is done, you take it and you cleanse this one as well. Again, you're going to just take a large piece of amethyst cluster or quartz clusters or cardinal clusters, and again, sit it there, and it's really, really simple. Sit it on, walk away, and the work is done for you. All right, so the fourth way you can cleanse your crystal is by burying them in the earth. Now again, I would recommend this technique if you have a backyard or a front yard that you can keep a close eye on. You just want to take up some dirt and then place your crystals in there overnight. Now this technique is really good because we also know that Earth, Mother Earth, when you ground yourself, she can absorb the negative energy and transmute it into positive energy. So, you know, burying your crystals in the earth overnight is a fantastic way of doing it, and if you can bury it by a tree, it's even better. Oh, bonus tip. So if you cannot bury your crystals in the earth, you can also put them in a bowl of rice, bury them in brown rice for overnight, and in the morning your crystals will be clean. All right, bonus. See, I got you all. I always give you guys extra. Okay, so let's say that you don't feel the other previous options will work for you. Like you don't feel comfortable with putting them under a running body of water, you don't want to smudge them, you don't want to clear them with other crystals, nor do you want to bury them, or you even have the option. The fifth way is to meditate on them. Now, I would recommend that you find yourself in a healthy emotional and mental state, because this is going to require a lot of meditation. So you want to make sure your chakras are aligned. You know, you don't want to infuse the crystal with negative energy. The ideal is to clear it so it can work best for you to take on and absorb more of those energies. So to do it, you're going to close your eyes, get into a comfortable meditative state. Once you have control of your mind, you are going to focus on the crystal that you're holding and imagine a white light around it. So just like a white source light. And just imagine it. Or if it helps, put it in front of a light source, like you can hold it in front of the sun, or you can put it in front of a candle even. So just imagine light around it. And you want to say, you know, I cleared this crystal of all of its negative energy. So you're technically using your energy and the energy within your aura field, and hopefully, again, you're in a healthy mental state to clear the crystal of its energy, so the negative energies. And if it even helps, you can imagine that you're clearing the energies and you're sending it down to the earth. So let's say that the negative energy is going off of this crystal into that tree, and you're going to keep doing this until the negative energy stops, or you feel that the crystal is clean. So again, you want to make sure you are conscious of your thoughts and your emotions and feelings as you do this, because you're going to want to make sure that this crystal is really clean, and you're going to do it by connecting with it through your intellect. And it's that simple. The next technique I'm about to teach you guys is how to activate and program the crystal.
A few moments later.
Okay, why is it always me against the streets? Always me against the streets. Like, I mean, that is a racist song. To be coming in a black neighborhood. Google the history of the ice cream song. See, if it's not one thing.
Get my mother out! Huh?
All right, so to activate your crystal, it's actually similar to the meditative state in the clearing crystal process, but this time you're going to infuse the crystal with your energy. So you're going to infuse it with your intention. And again, you're going to want to make sure that you are in a mentally healthy and emotional state, because you need to be extremely focused for this part to activate it. So to activate it, you are going to imagine what you want the crystal to work for. First, you're going to imagine a source of light surrounding the crystal. Connect it from your third eye. Use your energy. And begin to think what you want this crystal to work for. It works good with the heart chakra. Let's say your heart is broken and you want to say, hey, I want to learn to love again. I want to learn to be open. You imagine that this crystal is connecting to your heart chakra, and that it's going to work it. It's going to infuse love, teach how to love, teach you where to open, how to be discerning. The lessons you need to learn from it. So, you know, you're going to be particular as to what you want. And you're imagining all of this is going through your crystal, through your third eye. And once you do all of that and you feel comfortable and you say, okay, it feels good, you are going to want to say to your crystal out loud, using the vibration of your voice, if you can, and say, hey, this is what I want you for. I want to open up. I want to learn to love again. You know, talk to it as a friend. Say, I want my heart chakra to open. I want you to work with my heart chakra. I know I'm right. And yeah, so then I do say that is how you consider it programmed. So that's how you activate and program your crystals. All right. So now that you guys know how to clear, you know how to activate, and now program your crystals, it's time to charge them, because they need energy to fuse this. They're about to go to work. So you want to make sure that these crystals are charged. And there's one simple way that I love doing this. Is the only way I use. I find it to be the best way, and that is by sun power. Okay, so as you can see, I have a few of my crystals sitting here in the window. Now, I actually leave these in my window. It's not recommended that you leave your crystals in the sun for days, because depending on the crystals, they could actually lose their color, if you really care about that. If they lose their color, it doesn't mean they work any less, but some people just like their crystals to look really pretty. Crystals that's like heavily colored will be fine. This is garnet, and they are okay, but this is how you charge them. Just leave them in there for a few hours, or if you can, some days, and yeah, your crystals will be fully charged. All right, okay, Rockstars and Londette. So you pretty much know my basics of cleaning, activating, programming, and charging your crystals. And if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know, okay? Just leave the comments down below or email me. Not going to take any more of your time. It won't be that long before the next video. I'm off on my birthday hiatus. Leo season is over. Not really, it's always Leo season. I love you guys, and take care of yourself.